Woman of Houston. This is your host, Miss Nikki. Boss Woman of Houston is presented to you by Bad and Bougie Entertainment. I have my beautiful host, co-host, Kanisha Gaskin, and today we have the beautiful Sunnie the Rapper. Hi. What's going on? What's going
What's
on? Thank
going
you for
on?
coming, Sunnie. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
So before we get started, Kanisha, she normally facilitates. So before she facilitates, can you let everybody know how to contact you on via social media?
All right. Well, what's up, y'all? Like you said, Sunny the Rapper. And actually, all of my social media is the same. So it's at SUNNITHA Sunny the Rapper. That's how you can find my music. So if you want to go to Spotify, Apple, whatever, type in Sunny the Rapper, all one word. It's
Okay. And I'm glad you said SU because I was looking under SO when I kept trying to find you. So it is
yeah,
SU.
it's
Okay.
SU,
Okay.
like
Okay.
the sun.
So I
And
know I know each person that has sat in this chair has had a story or the reason why. So I guess our question to you to share with the world, what inspired you to start becoming an artist and getting into your craft?
I've been doing music for a while since I was young. It started. I always had a passion for writing.
Mhm.
I did poetry when I was, I wrote poetry when I was like fourth, fifth grade. I started writing poetry, and when I got a little older, I started just writing in general. I always like to write, and
Mhm.
then me and my friends started doing music together. Um, I had a best friend who had a boyfriend who had rapped, and he had been rapping since we were like 13,
Mhm.
and we just did it as a challenge one day, and from there it was like I just knew that this is what I was supposed to do,
Mhm.
and I just started. We started rapping. We rapped together,
Mhm.
and then later on is when I formed a group, and I was in a group,
Blush.
right.
Mhm.
So before Blush, it was me and my friends rapping
Okay.
together,
Okay.
Okay.
and then Blush came about later, and then the story from there. We were TOD, and then now we're solo artists. So it's been like this has been in me for a long time. I always know like when your time is gonna
Mhm.
be, but it was just something. I went to school. I graduated from
Mhm.
college.
Mhm.
So it was like I still did everything, but it was like I didn't really do anything besides like go to class and go to class and
Mhm.
go home.
Yeah.
And I was in
Yeah.
the studio.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Right.
I didn't really live a college life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything was still surrounded with
You
music.
were
Mhm.
focused.
I was
Uh huh.
focused on my music and hurry up and getting my degree so I can go on,
Yeah.
on about
Yeah.
my
Most
business.
What did
definitely.
you get your degree
Teaching.
in?
EC through
Okay.
six,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay. What was it
Okay.
in?
EC through sixth
So you
Oh,
grade.
early
okay.
childhood through
Teach
sixth
early child through
working.
sixth
Early
grade. I'm
childhood.
certified. Yeah,
Hmm.
Oh,
teach.
okay.
Mm.
Okay. Is it performing arts or is it just, regular classes or do you
Everything.
Oh, okay, that is cool. That is very interesting.
Hmm.
So, I know that there's things that there are things that encourage you to do it. Did you ever have a moment where you were discouraged, not, oh, I just don't feel like this is what I need to do or this is what I'm gonna do?
Oh, as an artist, you have those moments all the time.
Hmm.
We have up and down because it's just an up and down type of lifestyle.
Industry, yeah.
You're
Hmm.
constantly getting more no's than yeses on a
Mhm.
daily.
Yeah.
You're constantly, of course, until you get to where you're trying to go. So it's constantly a mental battle.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where you put so much hard work, energy, and
Mhm.
passion into
Into it.
something that you aren't for sure going to know what you're gonna get out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
People go to work, they know they're gonna get a paycheck at the end of the week.
Yeah.
That's not what happens on our end.
Yeah.
So everything is by faith.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
constantly just having faith in something
Yeah.
that you don't know is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Which it's the choice that I chose. So I
Mhm.
don't I don't I don't look at it and pity myself or get upset.
Hmm.
I try to just use certain things as motivation and
Mhm.
fuel, and
Right.
I allow kind of the universe to tell me.
Exactly.
I go and I have shows, and when I release my content or when I'm doing anything, I get so much positive feedback. I get so
Exactly.
many people
Hmm.
on a daily
Focus on
who
the
wants to
positive.
know who's Sunny the Rapper
Yeah.
is, when's the next music dropping, when's this. So I take them as my signs to let me know that that's
Yeah.
what I'm supposed to be doing in life. You know,
And
like that's how I get my gratification,
So
and I keep
for
going
so for someone that is saying, "Hey, I'm interested in this. This may be something that I want to start," because I'm sure it's a lot of women out
for
there
sure.
that you inspire. And so, what's the first step that they have to take to say, "Okay, is it that I just any gig that I get, I try to
Hmm.
do that, or do
You
you
mean like the first step into being an artist?
right into actually being able to perform on a stage or look for a manager? What's the first step?"
Well, the first step, period, I feel like with being an artist is believing in yourself and
hmm
understanding what your end goal is, who you want to be, and what you want to represent.
Authenticity.
You know,
Yeah.
yes, definitely. I think that's the number one thing, honestly, because before you get on anybody's stage or anybody wants to work with you or manage you, they have to see the whole brand, they have to see the vision, you know,
Hmm.
for the most part. There's some people out here who just let anybody but hop on the stage, but but longevity in being an artist, you have
Right.
to know those things. You have to understand how important it is to have a vision on who you are as an artist because you're a brand, you're a business, your own self. You know, I didn't understand that in the beginning of being an
Hmm.
artist. You know, when we got signed to Matthew, it definitely helped me on the business end understand a lot more what
hmm
it takes to be an artist. It's
Right.
not just the talent,
Performing. Right.
it's not just the performing. And
Yeah.
with performance comes practice. You know,
Yeah.
I practice almost every other day, sometimes every day if I can. And this comes from years of me doing this, you know,
Hmm.
even before we released our first song under a label, we did 2 years of just working,
hmm
Right.
forming,
Yeah.
Believing in
rehearsing, working
yourself.
out, like,
Yeah.
like that it was a preparation to get
Mm.
here,
That's it.
and I think that sometimes people think that because of social media they can just jump into being an
Yeah.
artist,
And you
Right.
and
can't.
it seems so easy, and
Hmm.
it takes so much more
And
to
it's
run it.
not because with me, I'm an entertainment company, Bad and Bougie Entertainment, and I put shows together. I put showcases. I do the talent flicks, and before I even call, um, before I even call an artist to be on my show, I see how they work the crowd. I see how
Hmm.
much confidence they have in themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I will go on their page, and
and
that's how I met
research.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was actually there's a another female artist named I Am Lopez, and I brought her on to one of my shows, and I so happened to see Sunny, and I was like, wait a minute. So I started watching Sunny, and that's how I ended up meeting her.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, you have to have confidence. You have to. That is something that you really have to have a passion for,
Mhm.
and you have to work the crowd. And if you don't have confidence in yourself, you know what I'm saying. It's all about timing. If you have a show coming up, you have to be there. It's a lot that come with it. Sound,
Yeah.
sound check. Sometimes when I have those shows, I don't even let them know what time they coming on because they want to come late like the headliners. It's okay for the headliners to come, you
Right.
know.
Hmm.
So yeah, so because you only get a certain amount of time on the stage,
Yeah.
and if you're not there when you're supposed to be there, if I say, okay, Kanisha, you're gonna be there from you got 3 minutes on stage, and I
Hmm.
tell you, okay, you got a time slot from here to here, and I'm not gonna tell you what time because you may not be there. You're just gonna miss your time. So, but if you're already there,
Yeah.
you have
Right.
to have your music ready for the DJ. So
Yeah.
it's a
I
lot. You
think
have to
with
really be mentally prepared when you get on that
with
stage.
me not being actually in the music industry, I guess what I look at for performers, artists, is them being authentic and them not being a copycat.
Yeah,
Right.
Because that's, why am I going to watch you if I can watch it
yeah.
with somebody else?
Mhm.
So, and I also want to commend you for getting your degree,
Oh, thank
hmm
you.
also, because that's a big thing. That's a big thing.
And another thing as far as that too, because I had a show with Flip on it, and things that sound good to us, we jamming, and he was like the microphone. What sound good to us doesn't sound good to the artist. They know what to listen to
Right.
in the
Hmm.
music. You know what I'm saying? He's like, okay, my microphone is not matching the speaker or something, but we really thinking,
Yeah.
that it
Yeah, it
sound
takes
good.
a lot, the monitor, being able to hear yourself, being able to level out the sounds on both ends. And then the bigger you get, it gets even more
Yeah.
intense.
And
Right.
then you
You
get
know.
more people looking at you and digging into your lives. and into the artists' lives. So
Definitely.
we're gonna take a quick commercial. When we come back, we want to get into some of your music
Mm.
and let us know if you have any projects coming. So we're going to commercial, and we'll be back with Sunnie the Rapper.
Welcome back to Boss Women in Houston. We're going to continue the interview with Sunnie the Rapper. Sunnie, I want to ask you, who inspired you? If you can look at any other artists, who inspired you um, to give you that push to do what you're doing?
Well, I've always been a big Lauryn Hill fan.
Oh,
I
I
grew up,
love Lauren
Me
Hill.
too.
yes. My mom, of course, was a Lauryn Hill fan. That's how I even got introduced to her. But from a young age, I just had a like super magnet attraction. I was
Mhm.
obsessed with her.
Mhm.
I loved
She
how
unique.
Mhm.
unapologetically her she was, no
Yes.
matter what was going on. Of course, when I was younger, I'm hearing the songs, listening, so I don't know the background. I don't know who she is. As I
Mhm.
got older, of course, you
Right.
want to get more into the people that you love. So I started
Mhm.
doing more research. I started understanding where she came from, who she was, and it just always inspired me to whatever type of music I wanted to do and what I did to always be as authentic as I could,
Mhm.
because that's what she represented. And she just was just so naturally beautiful, of course. So she was always my biggest go-to, from her voice to her lyrics
Mhm.
to her rapping. Even when she was in the Fugees, I was obsessed with the Fugees. I'm a Wyclef
Yes.
Yes,
fan.
Yes.
beautiful.
So like that's
Yeah,
where my inspiration
inspiration
came
came from.
from. Her and Tupac was
Oh
my
yeah,
two.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
that's too
I
Tupac.
love
powerful. That's
Tupac.
a powerful.
Listen,
Yeah.
I used to
And I
jam
still,
Tupac all the time.
I know that times have changed in music, and music
But he
industry is
was
completely
real.
different.
Mm.
But
You can still always
that
go
at the
back
end
to
of the
Yeah,
them.
day,
Mhm.
they were real and they were
he was
authentic, and
real.
then they always made sure they stood for their community
Right.
and
It
and
was a
and
message.
It's
understood their
always a message.
position, and it
Yeah.
was all
Hmm.
exactly. So that's just what I feel like I love and what I want to
What you
represent.
represent.
You
Yeah.
know,
Hmm.
so
And you're a very beautiful woman. Do you have other like
Yes.
little kids or teenagers coming up to you? Because if my granddaughters were here, they would probably think you're a princess, and they'd be, So do you get that?
no, kids are funny because yes, they'll treat they make me feel like I'm a celebrity already. Because
Yeah.
kids, they'll come to you like they don't even know. They just like want to take a picture. They like
Hmm.
they see you got followers on Instagram. It's just like they're easy.
Yeah.
Kids are easy, and then of course they kids always tell me how pretty I am and how
Yeah.
beautiful I look. Like
Yeah.
especially teenagers, they
Yeah.
like they. I will say that they're very complimenting
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
of course, then I wouldn't say more than adults, but at the same time, yeah, because
Yeah.
they just say
They
whatever they
open,
feel and
right.
see in that
Yeah.
They're
moment. They
And you know
don't.
open
what?
They're
And
to
unable.
you're gonna
learn.
get the truth from a kid.
Oh, you're
Oh
gonna get the
yeah,
Yeah,
truth.
you're gonna get the truth from a
What?
kid. So if the
I
kid,
remember the
what?
day my goddaughter. She was like 6 at the time. She asked me if I was had a baby in my stomach. I was just fat. Just me had a
oh,
baby in my stomach, and I was just like, man. I went to the gym the next day, and I
They
swear,
keep you
I was
they
just
be
like,
honest.
them
she is
kids
not
keep you
about to do
honest.
me like that.
Yes.
Like, came up to me and rubbed it and everything. Like,
Oh, see, that's what they say.
I
Kids
was
are the
like,
darndest
man.
things. Because you
Kids keep
already
you
know if a
honest.
kid come and say something to you
Like,
that,
that's a
yeah,
honest, true,
yes,
genuine thought right
Hmm.
there. Like,
yes,
they
Them
yes,
kids
like,
keep you honest.
yes, those are the ones. So, do you have any projects coming up? What can we look forward
yeah.
to?
So I have a single dropping April 26th.
All
Okay, right
right.
around the corner.
It's right around. I'm getting ready to gear up my promo and start pushing that out next week. I have an EP dropping in June. I don't have the exact date yet, but it definitely will be in June.
Okay.
I gotta get it ready for the summer because it's gonna be a sunny summer.
All
All right,
right.
a
All
sunny
It's
right. A
summer.
sunny
gonna be a
summer. I
sunny
like
summer.
that.
That's catchy.
What's
So
the name?
yeah,
What's the name of the project that you're dropping?
I
April.
don't got the name yet because I'm still battling between three names
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, okay.
in
Well,
my head, and
don't tell
so
us yet.
like
Let it
Then
be a
surprise us.
surprise.
yeah, it
So,
was a
what
surprise.
is the significance of the day, April 26th? Is that
Well, for my single, no, I chose that date only because I mean, it was just more so convenience. It was really nothing special around the
Oh,
date.
okay.
I'm shooting the video. I'm releasing the video after I release the single,
Mhm.
and I shoot the video the day before that.
Mhm.
And so it's really because of content. BTS, like just make
Yeah.
sure I have everything I need. That's kind of where the date came from. Now with the EP, the date might have a little bit more significance,
Mhm.
but with the single
Oh, okay.
now.
So, what is one of your favorite songs that you have, and do you have a video for it, and what it inspired you?
Like in general,
Yeah.
Mhm.
one of my favorite songs I think that I've made, because I have like y'all only know of course about what I released, but I have a lot of songs that's
Yeah.
unreleased. And Look Good is my baby because it's it was my first ever song that I dropped, of course, and it's still the first one that's out as far as my single. And I think that it really stepped me
Uh huh.
in a different lane
Mhm.
than
Okay.
people were ever used to seeing me if they knew me back from the group or if they knew me before, a solo artist. But then I have this other song called Thick.
Thick.
They,
And I think that like every time I've heard people let people hear this song, female or guy, like they just move to it. It's like one of those undeniable songs where you're
Mhm.
gonna feel it, where you're gonna move to it, even if you don't feel like you deep. But like,
Yeah. Like me, I do feel
right.
thick a lot, but
I know.
you
But
know,
it's more to being just like
thick.
thick.
I do because I always say I'm big. So, do you have a video for thick?
I'm going to, but I don't have one yet.
Okay. What
Um,
about for baby?
for back, what you mean?
The song that you said, baby. What was the song that
No,
you
I
just?
was talking about look good at first, and I said
Look
Oh,
thick.
good.
look
Look
good. Where did
good.
I get
Oh,
baby from?
It's look good.
Look
it's
good.
okay.
I was
No,
like, baby.
look good, yes.
Look good.
So
I
you
have
have a
the
video for
I
look
have a
good.
yes.
Okay.
So
What inspired you to do the video? Look good.
well, of course, my single is look good,
Hmm.
and it's basically talking about being, looking good.
Yeah.
But the song originally, even in general, was a confidence booster for me.
Hmm.
Me coming from being in a group to being in a solo artist. Not only did I transition music wise, I transitioned image.
Mhm.
Everything transitioned. Like it just all kind of just upgraded on its own,
Right.
and I had to make a decision on whether like who I really wanted to be in that moment. I knew I finally had kind of been. I always shadowed myself, and I always had never really was able to nurture. I feel like who I was
Hmm.
all the way
Mhm.
because it was hard. Being in a group, dealing with
Have to make
having
your own identity.
like you. And then me being the person I was in the group, I was the person that kind of kept it together,
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
had the most responsibility at all times.
Mhm.
The
Yeah.
whole time I did music in the
Yeah.
group, it was always I had the most responsibility, which unfortunately gave me less time to focus on me as an
Yeah.
artist
Yeah. Self.
Right.
in
Right.
individually in the group.
Right.
So because I never had an opportunity to do that when I became a solo artist, it was like my first real slap in the face to who I wanted to be with no
Yeah.
excuses and no,
No holds barred.
uh
No filter, basically.
pretty much. So it
Yeah.
was like that song was pretty much like my confidence booster. Cause people come to me all the time and tell me I look good, but I didn't always feel it. I
Okay.
didn't always, embrace it. I really shied away from compliments a lot. I was
Yeah.
always,
Yeah.
I was just always a very shy, timid person, period, in general. Just because I don't know. I grew up the only child with my mama. I was
Oh.
only used to my mama telling
Yeah.
me things. She sheltered and nurtured me a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I wasn't with her, I wasn't with nobody. So it was like
Yeah.
So that was interesting. So you say you were shy.
I was.
So how does it feel when you're on that stage? And
It's like
does
I
it feel
turned
like
into
an
a
alter
whole nother
ego?
man. It's all to ego, especially for people who see me, talk to me,
Right.
and then see me on stage. They be like, "Girl, like."
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I mean,
Yeah.
literally two different people. But at the same time, like I was also knew I needed to start merging that. I needed to start walking in with that confidence, looking like a
Walking
star.
into your
Be
authentic
even though I
history
already did those things, but I knew it needed to be to a certain level and a certain degree
that
because
represented you.
yes. And
Okay.
I'm a firm believer in the saying fake it till you make it.
Yeah. Oh
My mama
yeah.
always told me that and I never really understood what she meant until I got to a certain age. And I
Mhm.
started realizing that the people who became who they wanted to be was those people before they was in those situations.
Right.
They walked around and exuded that before they was even
Who
really put in
became.
that.
Mhm.
And I had to understand, like, okay, I gotta do that.
Yeah.
If I want people to see me as this A-list star, I gotta walk around and look, sound, give that off.
Uh huh.
Like, and so that's where Look Good came from, honestly. It
Oh,
was like When I walk in the room, of course, and I had to make it catchy for everybody to want to say it in my generation. But
Right.
the
Yeah, the
the whole,
persona.
but the whole vibe and the whole concept behind it came from that. It was like, all right, how am I gonna be this sexy, confident woman when I walk in here? I call my fan base HBICs because I realized once I was the head bitch in charge of my life,
There you go.
things started changing. And nobody could tell me nothing. Nobody could shift that
Yeah.
because I was in charge.
Yeah. So, Sunnie, go ahead and introduce I Look Good.
What's up, y'all? Boss Women in Houston. So look, this is my new single, Look Good. Make sure you check it out right now.
G major, got beats.
Don't do it. Sunny.
Big little bitch when I walk through. Boss bitch, watch who you talk to. Made it out the mud, had to crawl through. Hit that one line, they all fall through. I'm living large, grande. Head bitch in charge, runway. Ice on my neck, Sunday. I ain't playing for keeps, nigga, no way. Make a nigga sing like Gladys. President, I win every ballot. Can't fuck with no bitch who don't have shit. Subtweeting like your shit is valid. And I can never argue with a broke bitch. Big drip, I done took out the whole clique. What you thought, bitch? Shut up, you don't know shit. Time to sweep these hoes up with my broomstick. I know I look good, little nigga. Don't speak if it ain't about figures. Never fucked with a pussy out the litter. I'm big fine, come lay me out for dinner. Yeah. Make a nigga bow, call me sensei. I do not fuck before foreplay. Fuckin' with me and show doomsday. I'm a home movie star, real Kim K. This a real water park, no desert. I'ma have you drowning, screaming out pressure. I'm a real gold mine, I'm a treasure. I'm a badass bitch, nothing lesser. Gun on my dresser, I'm killing shit, nigga. Bag talk, so I need a big tipper. Big ball, so I got a big zipper. Money good, they like Sunny getting thicker. I know I look good, little nigga. Don't speak if it ain't about figures. Never fucked with a pussy out the litter. I'm big fine, come let me out for dinner. Yeah, I know I look good, little nigga. I'm in the mirror like, look at this figure. They on my ass like a finger on the trigger. Begging for the pussy, damn to cross the river. I know I look good, little nigga. Don't speak if it ain't about figures. Never fucked with a pussy out the litter. I'm big fine, come let me out for dinner. Yeah, I know I look good, little nigga. Don't speak if it ain't about figures. Never fucked with a pussy out the litter. I'm big fine, come let me out for dinner. Yeah.
Got beats.
All right. You were looking quite sexy. Sexy. Okay, okay. I wish I can look a little sexy like that and get on a. Okay,
You wanna
okay.
flip the
So
hair?
I know, just do a little. So, what came? How did you come up with the concept of the video?
So the concept of the video, it was kind of like the angel and devil of looking good because you're gonna see me like, I got like a scene with my finger waves and I'm in money, and then I got a darker scene where it's very kind of like on some Missy Elliott, but everything is giving
Love Missy
confidence.
Elliott.
Everything is giving confidence. Everything is looking good. I also showcasing, I got two dancers in there. I always put black women in my video. Like you're
Mhm.
gonna see, I always have them. They're always my friends because I have so many beautiful friends that are black who like to dance and pop their ass just like me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
come on, girl, you want your time to shine? Come on, put
Come
you in
on,
there.
it's your
So
time. It's your time.
so shout out to China and Ariel there and there. They're also professional dancers, so they're in the video. Um, so it was just really like I'm big fashion head, so both the outfits that was in there was custom outfits. So shout out to Nail Studios, my girl Tiana, she my designer.
Okay, that's what I was about
Um,
to ask you. Who
uh,
designs your studio?
yeah,
Yeah,
Nail Studios, that's the name of her company. But she does all of my custom outfits. So it was about looking good, having that confidence and just talking my shit basically in
yeah,
the
that was a
video.
fun.
I
It's a
was trying
fun
not to do
video.
too much for my first video
Mhm.
because I was wanting to see the reaction of the song and
Yeah,
just the image and just everything because I knew it was gonna be just a little bit different from what people had normally seen from me in the group.
yeah.
So this next one though is gonna be even more top tier.
Okay, okay.
So how did it make you feel in the video? being all sexy and stuff? How did it make you feel different from
Being shy.
right being shy?
Right. So it definitely was me having to step into a different, I guess persona, but at the same time, it didn't feel too foreign to me because I've had we before I transitioned from being in a group to solo, we had kind of just started upping our sexiness and image. So I was already feeling it in the vibe
The
of having
vibe
to
of it
do
all.
that, and you know what I'm saying. So it wasn't like it was like, oh my god, this is a crazy change or anything like that. But it was definitely different doing it by myself up there. I'm used to having
Right.
somebody on my
Right.
shoulder.
Yeah.
We'd be like, girl, am I looking crazy? No, all right. I didn't have that necessarily, but I did have my team there. They were boosting me, they were motivating me,
Yeah.
they were
And
helping
that's
me.
important.
And that was so important because it's hard, one, when you can't really look at yourself. You don't know
Yeah.
what you're giving off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
then you're
important.
like, you're super sexy with it.
Yeah.
And then, I'm not all the way where I want to be with my body, but at the same time, I'm trying to show my black women that you could be sexy in whatever body, shape,
Skin
or
you
form.
in.
Whatever
You know what
skin
I
you
mean?
in.
And that was what I wanted to make sure that I really portrayed in the
Yeah.
video. Like I would. This was me, whole, authentically, naturally, with
Yeah.
no extra nothing.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
me. So that was one of my biggest things I wanted to
So
make
did
sure I
you
saw.
catch any backlash from making the video?
I didn't catch any backlash from like random people, but of course my mom. My mom is my biggest fan, biggest supporter.
Is she your
She
biggest
calls
critic?
me, and she is
She your
my
biggest
biggest
critic.
critic. She is hilarious, man. My mama calls me with song concepts.
Shout out to
She
Okay.
mama.
calls
Shout out
me
to
with,
mama.
Yeah. For even
and my
the
mom's
support.
65. So,
Oh.
she's older. She doesn't quite all the time understand. She takes
Stand
everything literally
Yeah.
on social
analytical.
media.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
it cracks me up.
Yeah.
Or like she'll read a tweet. Like the other day I was like, I'll never let nobody, slap me in the face again with something. I'm literally saying. So she
Oh.
calls me. It's like, who slapped
Who
you?
slapped you? Who
I'm
slapped
like,
my baby?
mama. It's a
Protect
metal.
them,
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not literal. No one literally slapped me. It was just
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
Mama
statement. It was a
ready.
slap in
She
my
ready,
face.
Mama
huh?
ready.
She ready
Literally,
to
that's my
lace up.
mama. Or like she'll see things on social media, like comments. And she just takes everything very literal,
Literally.
and I be having
Wow.
to explain to her sometimes that it's not what it seems.
Aww.
It's so cute because
Yeah.
I know she doesn't really understand, but she also is so big into music. Like my mom literally listens to my songs over
That's
and over and over in her
good.
car.
That's
She's
good.
constantly asking people's opinions. She comes back and tells me, she like, you need to say this harder. You need to,
Okay.
you know what I
Yes.
mean?
Go,
Okay.
Like
mama.
Yeah.
Shout
my
out to
mama is
mama.
like,
Yes.
if she had business savviness and understood the
Right.
industry, I would let my mama be my manager. But
Yes.
she doesn't, and so she can't. But she's there to support me, and of course, she always be like, leave a little bit for the mystery. Why you gotta
Uh-huh.
let it hang all out? Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I
but
Yeah.
get it.
she's from another
And she's from
generation.
another
Yeah, she's
generation,
from
Right.
another
and
generation.
and I completely understand where she's coming from. I learned that you always gotta have a balance. The one thing I will always say is I learned from like Destiny's Child with Miss Tina. If you got your bottom, I'll cover your top.
Yeah.
If you got I always try to balance
Yeah.
Balance.
what
Yeah.
I do.
Right.
I wear dusters when I have my one piece, and then when I go out, I perform, and then I put my duster back on. Like,
Right.
I always have balance to whatever I
Yeah.
do. I don't just be
So
all willy
So
nilly,
it's
like,
classy. You
Yeah.
have
you know,
classiness.
like,
Yeah.
and that's the one thing I feel like Beyonce really did teach a lot of girls. Like, you can be sexy, you can hate, but it's always some balance to
Yeah.
it. It's always how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
It's
So
always.
how was it working with him? How was it working with Matthew Knowles and Tina? How was
Well, I didn't work with Tina. We worked with Matthew.
it? Okay.
We did get advice, from like Kelly, Michelle, Beyonce along here and there. I got to meet Kelly. Got the Beyonce was a phone call, but it was always we got to hear their stories, and I learned,
A
so
lot
much
from it.
about them,
Right.
Yeah.
personal things,
Yeah.
that the world doesn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Being able to be under that, so closely, being
Yeah.
able to see the
Umbrella.
relationship,
Yeah.
it was inspiring at the
Yeah.
end of the day,
Mhm.
regardless of, us being under Matthew and him having his own situations. It was inspiring to see the formula, to see where they came from, to see how they still had their sisterhood, to see and understand all of the different things that went on behind closed doors that they
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
endure. You know
And
what
I
I mean?
understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's
that
important.
to this day they still don't haven't really talked about. So it's like it was inspiring
Yeah.
for sure. And I learned a lot
So
from the
with the
experience.
group, did they did he kind of try to make y'all into another Destiny's Child, or did he let y'all grow into the group that y'all were in? Did he try to mold y'all into?
I don't think he really knew what he was trying to mold. I think that he saw talent in us. He saw success that could possibly happen in us,
Hmm.
and he knew he wanted. Because we actually had brought him out of retirement. He
Yeah,
wasn't
Okay.
really managing nobody. He ended up seeing us performing
yeah,
Uh-huh.
at this event and was like, these
Let me
girls,
yes,
it's a
join
these
in.
group,
girls,
you know,
yeah.
like, and it was different because it was two rappers and a singer.
Hmm.
And it was something that was never done before. It was
Hmm.
something that no one had really
Yeah,
seen. So he was just like, okay, like, what is this? And he's a businessman money
yeah,
wise. So he
yeah,
always seeing
yeah.
what he can
Definitely.
make money off of. So when he got us, I think it kind of had inspired him a little bit to get back into the music industry.
Hmm.
Because then from there, he was kind of trying to, bring other people into the label and things like that. But he only knew the formula when it comes to a group.
Yeah,
Oh,
When it
I
comes to
see.
Destiny's Child, he only knew that formula.
yeah,
Right.
Even though we
yeah,
weren't Destiny's Child, even
yeah,
though we still got compared, even though
yeah. That was my question.
Yeah.
no, we definitely still got compared, even though it's two rappers and a
Right.
one singer, and Destiny's Child is three singers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was he hard? So was he hard on you guys, managing you guys, with with them being his daughters, because he kind of treat Kelly as a daughter too. Well, I guess he
All
would
of
kind
them.
of treat them all
Uh-huh.
as his daughters. So was he kind of hard on you guys? Like,
I mean, yeah, Matthew's just he's hard on you. Period. If he believes in you, and
yeah,
if he sees talent, he's gonna be hard on you because he knows what it takes to get to where his
To the
daughter is.
next level.
yeah,
And there's no way you can do that without criticism,
yeah,
hard
Constructive
and you
work.
have to
criticism.
be
You know what
able
I
to
mean?
accept
Like
it.
Got
it's
to
Yeah,
be able
no,
to accept
there's
it.
no way
yeah,
Yeah.
around it. So yeah, he was our biggest critic, but he was also our number one fan. Like when we had our
Right.
that's good.
accomplishments
That's good.
and moments, he would be so excited for us. He'd be looking at us like, "Why aren't y'all excited?" Like
Yeah.
he'd be
Yeah,
so mad.
this is your moment. This
Right,
is your.
like he'd
You
be
should be
like,
more excited than me. This is your moment.
right, or even if he wasn't there, and like we would have our team, and they would send him videos and pictures, and he'd be like, "Why they don't look excited? Or what's wrong with them? Or they don't know what they
Mm.
just did. They just performed it." Da 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 da. Like he would be like that, and we'd be like, "Okay, like
Well, I know it's a lot to that situation,
yeah,
but can you go ahead and bring us into the next video?
for sure." What's up, y'all? It's your girl Sunnie Tha Rapper, and this is my freestyle video. Fantasy.
Damn, D Green, you did this?
It's Big Sunny, and I'm back with another one. I have to come let you niggas know ain't none of y'all safe. And yo, bitch might just get took today.
I can't help it, I'm every nigga fantasy. Big killer, ain't sparing no casualties. Only a nigga need top on the balcony. Hey, your bitch click thumping like an ecstasy. Pussy too cold, have a nigga like please. I'm tryna write their face like a New Year's taxi. I ain't gotta give head, but a bitch can receive. She a bad bitch, I'm tryna put my ankle on them knees. Come suck on these lips. Give me one night, I have a bitch whipped. Fucked on her, then dip. Won't love these hoes, but stick to the script. Tell her meet me out back. I'm in VIP, come throw that ass back. When they call, you know where I'm at. Big Sunny with the pockets on stacked. I'm coming for blood, let me show my fangs. Head bitch, a charge shit running through my veins. Snatch a nigga, bitch, I can do this shit for days. Never been a hoe, but I be pimping on them lanes. Don't give a fuck what they got to say. I'm that bitch. Either fucking way, okay, I keep these niggas on proud. Yo, bitch got me on speed dial. I treat her like girls gone wild. Hit her with a smile, now I got her pennies down. Now we back seat, windows up, she looking like she want a foot. Slow kiss, one lip, she bout to nut. Tongue in the wall, one finger in the gut.
Not only does Sunny look good, she got this explicit fantasy going on. So how did you? Yes, the fantasy freestyle. So, um, when you freestyle, I mean, what make you say what you say? Is it just whatever come to your head? And just give us a little bit of. Actually, are you a freestyle artist, or is this just something you did for the video?
So with my my freestyles that I drop, they're basically just raps with no concept, but a concept.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not songs, but they're just something to give the people to be able to listen to because a lot of people love me rapping over early 2000 beats. That's kind
Yeah.
of my thing.
Right.
When I'm
Yeah.
not dropping a single, I'm dropping a freestyle, and I really just
And
want to touch on.
your beats are,
Yes,
yeah,
I
because I
want to
do
just
hear your beats, yeah.
I want to touch on all the songs that I grew up loving.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You
Right.
know, and that's pretty much what I do. I touch on all the songs that I grew up loving. Thong Song, which I love Cisco. He's one of my
Thong, thong,
favorite
thong,
artists.
thong. Yeah.
Fantasy Ludacris, one of my favorite artists.
Ludacris.
Yeah.
Like I
He
love
got
to
a
touch
unique
on it.
voice.
Bring so that's pretty much where the
The
freestyles come from.
freestyle come. So with the fantasy video, with you being tall and beautiful and being able to rap and sing,
Poetry.
yeah, poetry,
Educated.
educated, and
Let's
I'm good,
not leave that
and
out.
that's why, and the reason I'm going,
Yeah.
where I'm going with this, do you ever get compared to Megan Thee Stallion?
Yeah, I definitely do. I think, of course, us being from Houston, Texas, we're both over 5'9". She's
Yeah.
5'10", 5'9" and a
Educated.
half. We're
Mhm.
thick. You know
You're
what I mean?
educated.
Educated.
Education
Educated.
was
She
the
went to
first. Yeah.
CSU. I
Oh
went
yeah,
to U
she
of
was
H.
determined.
You know, I was determined to get my degree.
Yeah.
You know, just like she was. And she's very friend oriented. She loves her friends. Same thing with me. I think that's the energy a lot of people get. They know and see how much people gravitate to me, how much
Right.
women, I always got a load of people with me
Mhm.
because women with me.
Yeah.
Because I make women feel like it's a no
Comfortable.
judge free,
Comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
comfortable. Like
Right.
Yeah.
all my friends embrace people when they come into my circle.
That's good.
Like I'm not I hate when people invite me out and you got your friends and they don't even want to talk to
They
the new
don't want
people
to
that's
talk.
there.
Yeah.
Like they just want to look at y'all like we looking at you, I'm looking at you. And you got the one friend who invited you talking to you. But I don't
Mhm.
like that. We ain't doing
Yeah.
that. My
Yeah.
friends
Right.
know. Bring somebody new
Everybody
around,
gonna
you
vibe.
embrace
Yeah.
them. Talk to them, you know what I mean? So that's the type of energy that I bring with me.
Mhm.
And I think I see that a lot in Megan as well. And I think that just in general, it's that Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
the aggressiveness in our voice. It's what we talk about.
And you have morals.
Confident
It
woman.
You
has a
know?
lot also
Right.
with upbringing when you have that kind of, and that's why people cater to you, because you know what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
yeah, because people can tell whether or not they want to cater to you.
Right. They
Yeah.
know what's
Yeah.
organic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely get the comparisons. But at the same time, I think that people definitely still be like, but it's no song like yours. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
they
Right.
always bring it back to the music because music wise, I don't really feel like we do the same music,
Yeah.
but we
Same.
do.
Would you collab with Megan?
Yeah, definitely. I love
Yeah.
Megan. I love
Yeah.
Megan.
Yeah.
She's definitely somebody who I would collab with. It's a lot of females in Houston on the
Mhm.
rap scene that I love. Like I'm a Kenda Man fan. You got Libra Jolie, Martina Marie, Lopez. She's one of my good
I
friends.
love
Like
her.
just yeah, no,
Yeah,
definitely.
but her, not to cut you off.
Yeah,
She's a
yeah.
Mexican girl, and I actually had her when I started doing Boss Woman of Houston. Before I actually did this segment, she came to a brunch and she performed at the brunch. And if I tell you she go hard, I wasn't even expecting that from her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
so,
she's definitely hard, and she's definitely a hard worker, and that's
yes,
what we had in common and what attracted me to her because she's a hard worker, and I'm all for women that work hard for their
hmm,
positions for what they want,
yeah,
especially in this music industry. Excuse me.
Mhm.
So
we're gonna have to bring her on too. You're gonna love her,
yeah,
her
no,
So
music.
where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10 years?
5, 10 years from now, I definitely clearly see 5. I'm gonna say 5 because 10, it's a long way.
It's a long
But I
way.
Be a
definitely,
legend by then.
Yeah,
no, I definitely feel like legend status is always, I would, I just want to make sure that people, when they hear my name, even when I pass, like
yeah,
it exudes and just represents everything that I wanted it to.
hmm,
Right.
I'm a big, I love children, I love kids. I'm really big on single mothers because I was raised by a single mother,
hmm, yeah.
and
And
I'm
I was
really
I was a
big
single
on
mother.
just I want to open up like a youth center. I want to open up like another boys and girls club, but
Hmm,
like one that's stays open later, provides
yeah,
certain things for single women. Those latchkey kids who gotta go home by
Yes,
themselves.
by
Like
themselves.
bringing certain different activities, even on the weekend when you have those parents who gotta work. Because I went through all of
yeah,
that.
Right. Right.
That
hmm,
was what I went through. My mom was when she wasn't working even she had to work on the weekend. She had her off days was during the week.
hmm,
So you know what I mean? During the weekend, she having to kind of scramble up and find me here to go with this person. And unfortunately, when you put your kids in all these different positions, you don't know exactly what they're learning. You don't
yeah,
know what everybody else is teaching your
yeah,
kid. You want to also be able to kind of filter what they're
yeah,
doing, and that's kind of just why I feel like
Not working.
we need more centers that
yeah,
cater to that. You know
Mhm.
what I mean, and be able to help that. So that's like one of my goals, and just being able to just help women overall, and just
yeah.
it is a lot more to my music, and I know music is just my avenue in to be able to do all the different things that I want to do.
Right.
And I can totally
So
understand what you're saying about because as a correctional officer, we work 24/7. The prisons don't close, the
Right.
hospitals don't close, and um, I had a lot of opportunities. Even though I did eventually make sergeant, I waited until my kids got grown because when I became a supervisor, I was never home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
It's hard.
you know, nurses, correctional officers, police officers. You would be surprised as how many people would actually really need those services.
No, definitely. I know, cause like
And
I say, I
that would be deeply, deeply appreciated if you know,
yeah. And I wanted to, yeah, I want to do that, and I want it to become a chain. I want to eventually, for it to be in everyone's community,
speak that
those
into
communities that
existence.
need them, because I just, it's so important, because a lot of kids are always
They're
right.
sponges.
They're sponges, and they're right on that verge of always. They know, they understand when they get to a certain age. They know and they understand right from wrong, and they most of the time they don't want to do the wrong. But you
Mm,
have those people who influence
the
them, and they
peer
don't
pressure.
see nothing else, and they don't really have no other avenues.
Hmm.
So they go there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They go to these certain situations, and they end up doing certain things that they normally wouldn't do.
Hmm.
But they're just there. And
Yeah.
I got even caught up in certain situations where I was just there. And it
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
why? Like, I'm not
Yeah.
even, this not
And you
even
know
me.
what's funny
Yeah.
is
You know what I mean?
I smile at you because even though you're climbing a ladder in your music career, your heart is still with
Yeah. Hard.
education, what you
Yes.
Oh,
got your
yeah.
Yes.
degree
Yeah.
is.
And
Did you
she's
see
still
how she
worried. Yeah.
lit
She's
up?
still worried about the
Yes,
kids.
did you
No,
Yeah.
see how she lit
definitely.
up? When I asked her about what you want to be in the next 5 years, your demand is these kids
This
and how
and
I
the cool
did.
part is she doesn't
Right.
even have kids, and she's already thinking
Thinking about
about
other
somebody
things.
else's kids.
No,
So I
definitely.
really, really, we'll speak that into existence.
Because it's going to
Definitely.
happen. You are such inspiration. You are such a beautiful
Thank
woman, and
you.
I truly will be following you. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be bobbing in the
Yeah,
car
Bubba in the
Yeah.
looking
Hey!
good in the
You
car,
look
looking
good,
good in the
buddy.
car. So it
We're
is.
gonna do
I
it.
also want to shout out to your manager. Is that the
Imani Scott, yeah, she's my business rep.
She is super sweet. She is
Thank you.
super sweet. You know, when I asked her for what I needed and she texts back and she liked the idea of Boss Women of Houston. So, and you are most definitely a Boss Woman of Houston and
You are
wherever you
boss.
Thank you.
go. Yeah, you are most we're
Yes,
not just going to say Houston, you're a boss wherever you go.
Thank
everywhere.
y'all.
So we deeply and truly
I
appreciate
appreciate y'all for
you.
having me. Like,
Yeah.
I really, really do.
So, can you let everybody know again where they can find you and let us know your dates again for your upcoming projects?
So I got a song dropping. It's called Rare. Bad Look, she rare. You know what I'm saying? It's dropping April 26th. So be on the lookout for that. And make sure you follow me because that's how you gonna know when it's dropping. At Sunnie Tha Rapper, SUNNITHARAPPER. Don't forget the rapper. And make sure you go cop my single Look Good. Go look on my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube. I got some vlogs coming. A lot of BTS and behind the scenes. And I want to be able to get people into the see what goes on behind the scenes. It's hard being a female rapper out here. So
Yes.
tune into my YouTube. Make sure you go follow me again.
Well, we appreciate you, Sunnie the Rapper. We enjoyed you. You're such an inspiration.
Thank
Again, I say I'm
you.
so proud of you. We are proud of
We
you.
are
I
very
And
proud of
we
appreciate
look
it.
you.
forward to the upcoming events that you're having, and we'll be one of your biggest supporters also. So until next time, this is Boss Women of Houston. Love, peace,
And
and
unity.
unity.